Hey, sixth grade, it's me, Mrs. Bell. This is your lesson for the week of March 23rd to March 27th. So this is our week 2 lesson. I have to give you a warning. I'm in the same room as Zoe, and we might hear some sounds from her because right now she's in a pretty happy mood. She's just kind of playing, but don't be surprised if you hear a shriek here or there. So we have previously, not so much this year, but last year we did spend a lot of time talking about the treble clef and figuring out what the line notes and the space notes were. So we know that our sentence for the line notes is every good boy does fine. And then our sentence for the space notes, or not sentence, but for the space notes, we know it is the word F-A-C-E. So when you're finding out what a note is, you have to figure out first if it's a line note or a space note. This note is a line note, and since it is a line note, we say our sentence to figure out what note it is. We say, every good boy does fine. This note is F. Is this a line note or a space note? It is a line note, and since it is a line note, we do our sentence, every good. This note is G. We have here a space note, and since it's a space note, we spell out the word face starting in the bottom space. F-A-C. This note is C. So this is the treble clef that we have talked about ever since I've been your teacher. But if we were playing a piece of music, like a piano piece, or you guys who are bass clef players in band, you know that our music is not just limited to the treble clef. We also have another clef. So this is our grand staff. When I play Seize the Day on piano, this is what my staff looks like. I have a treble clef, and then I have a bass clef here, and I am reading both at the same time. So we're gonna go backwards, and we're gonna go down into the bass clef. So if we were going to extend and keep going down, we're going to go backwards at the alphabet. So our next note would be D. Going backwards, then we would have C, and we call this note middle C because it's right in the middle of the grand staff, right in the middle of the treble clef and the bass clef. So going on, we're going backwards, then we have B, and then we're finally onto the bass clef. A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G. So this is the bass clef. Think bass as in the basement. These are our low notes that are down in the basement. And just like for the treble clef, we have a sentence to help us remember the notes of the bass clef. So first we're going to talk about our line notes. Our bottom line is G. Unlike the treble clef, our bottom line was E. So I'm going to back up, bottom line E. Now at the bass clef, it's G. That's just how it works out. So we have a new sentence that we have to remember. Good boys do fine always. And then for our space notes, it does not spell out face. Our bottom space is A, so we have all cows eat grass. When figuring out what note you are reading, first you must decide, is it a space note or a line note? If it is a line note, start at the bottom line and say the sentence, good boys do fine always, to find out what the note is. If it is a space note, start at the bottom space and say the sentence, all cows eat grass, to find out what the note is. So we're going to practice a few of these. Is this note a space note or a line note? It is a line note. It has a line going through the middle. That's how we know it's a line note. Since it's a line note, we start at the bottom line and say the sentence, good boys do. This note is D. Do we have a line note or a space note? It is a space note. There is a line on top and a line on bottom, so it is in that space. So since it is a space note, we start at the bottom space and say the sentence, all cows eat grass. This note is G. Would this be a line note or a space note? It is a line note. It has a line going through it, so that is how we know it's a line note. So we say the sentence, good boys do fine always. This note is A. So I'm going to give you some time to do these on your own. So I'm going to give you a few seconds. If you need to pause and so that you have time to figure it out, you can do that as well. But right now I'm going to give you a few seconds. Go ahead and pause if you need more time, but I'm going to talk us through what note this is. This is a space note. There is a line on top and a line on bottom, so we know it's a space note. So we say our new sentence, all cows eat. This note would be E. Take some time to figure out this note. This is a line note. It has a line going through, and since it's a line note, we say our sentence, good boys do fine always. This note is A. All right, take some time to figure out what this is. This is a line note. It has a line going through it, so we know it's a line note. So we say our sentence, good boys, B. This note is B. Take some time to figure out what this is. This is a space note. I should have done a better job of making sure it was really in that space. You can see there shouldn't be this space right here, but I guess I made it in a little bit of a hurry. So this is a space note. We start at the bottom space. We say our sentence, all. The note is A. So I have sent you all in your Google Classroom, I sent you a class kick assignment that, I don't have it up right now. I have a class kick assignment that most of you have gotten on to practice. So if you haven't practiced that, I will have that in our list of assignments for the week. Next week, we will have an assignment on Class Kick where we will be working on the bass clef. So make sure that you're familiar with Class Kick. If you have any questions, I did upload a video to help you out, so you can watch that video if you need some help. Also, if you need to send me an email, you can always do that, or ask me a question on Google Classroom. I'll do my best to answer. Sometimes I miss them because I don't get notifications sent to me. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I would be happy to help you out.